Ready or not, it's time for another adventure in the Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Today, our mission is to tackle the Mayoral Election questline over in East Necluda. Alright, boys and girls, strap yourselves in and let's crash this party. This video covers the entire Mayoral Election questline, including Team Cece or Team Reede, Cece's secret, Reede's secret, a new signature food, a letter for Koyin, and of course, the Mayoral Election itself. Each of these quests is pretty short, and you don't have to do them all at once. To make things easy, I've chaptered the video by quest so that you can jump straight to the one that you need, or knock them all out in one go. And the best part is once you complete the Mayoral Election, you earn a very special prize. The one, the only, the Cece hat. Okay, so we start with Team Cece or Team Reede. This adventure kicks off on the west side of Hateno village, right outside the Ventus clothing boutique. The fastest way to get here is by the Zanmik shrine, linked below. Right outside the clothing boutique, there's a crowd gathered, eager to get in. Talk to Sophie to get the conversation rolling. Turns out, she's only got one admittance ticket, and since the crowd wants to go in together, or not at all, they decide to try again later and head off to find other things to do in Hateno. Once you've got Sophie's attention one-on-one, she explains that it's just an exhibition for now, and if you're flying solo, feel free to head in. Cece is waiting inside. When you meet Cece, she introduces herself and shows off a hat she's crafted to perfection, one she'll only entrust to someone worthy of wearing it. And just as things get interesting, Mayor Reede storms in with his wife, fuming about Cece's art installations. He claims they're eyesores and even keeps the crops awake at night. Yep, you heard that right. Clavia chimes in saying that some of the villagers actually like the art, but Reede isn't having it. Cece suggests that they settle things with a mayoral election. Reede agrees, confident that his people will make the right choice, but there sure are a lot of folks sporting mushroom-themed outfits out there, so I guess we'll see. After Reede and his wife leave, talk to Cece again to kick off her mission. Cece's got a lot on her plate and asks where you stand. My link isn't one for politics, so we go with neutral, and that's good enough for Cece. She wants you to deliver mushrooms to Reede supporters as a gift. Now, the rules: no mushrooms for Reede's family at all, that should go without saying. None for the people already wearing mushrooms, and also skip the kids. That leaves exactly 8 Reede supporters, and Cece gives you exactly 8 mushrooms to hand out. Guess she's good at mathing. Before we go out mushrooms blazing, here's a pro tip. Set the time to noon on a clear day. If it's night, some folks might be indoors or asleep. If it's raining, they'll be seeking shelter nearby the places I'm about to show you. For simplicity, I'll show you the locations on a sunny day. I'm going to start off by showing you a map of where they are, and you can screenshot this, or I'm going to also leave a download link for it in the description below. Alright, the fastest mushroom delivery route is going to start right outside the boutique, hanging right toward Hateno's west entrance. You'll spot a mushroom decoration and find Leop holding a carrot. Chat with him to hand over a mushroom. And now we've got 3 people over here on this side, so we're going to head back the way that we came, but we want to go past the dye shop and cross the creek bridge. Then we're going to swing a left in a horseshoe shape to find Mita working in the tomato field. Speak with Mita to give him a mushroom. Then turn around and head just west, hop the fence, and find Tamana, trying and failing to romanticize eggs. Give her a mushroom and run north as fast as you can towards a short cliff wall. Climb it to find Uma working near the west well. Her dialogue changes if you've done the Uma's Garden side quest, linked below. Mushroom delivered. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to head to the Great Tunpu Inn. Go inside and turn to the next room and go through the door to step out onto the balcony to find Wharton. He's not really a fan of mushrooms, but he takes it anyway, mentioning his wife's into it. Next stop is the Hateno pasture. Follow the path halfway up, not all the way to the tech lab. And you'll find the pasture and you'll find Dance. And if you haven't yet, he's got a quest to trade acorns for fresh milk. So hand over a mushroom and acorns if you want to. To find Koyin depends on whether or not you've done a letter for Koyin or not. If you have not, she's going to be out on the dock. If you have done this, she's going to be inside. And for those who haven't done this, spoiler territory ahead. So let's go inside and find Koyin and give her her mushroom. And now if you don't have money to buy cheese, she'll also trade you milk for cheese, which you can get the milk from Dance. It's kind of a nice little circle you can do here. Now, last but not least, we need Tak. You'll find him walking somewhere between the pasture and the ancient tech lab. He's usually closer to the top depending on the time of day. He might be walking back if it's too late. And once you've delivered all the mushrooms, head back to the boutique to update Cece. She's super grateful and she rewards you with big hearty truffle. Them's fancy mushrooms for fancy folks. Cooking it will fully refill your stamina and give you a little bonus boost. Next, we can head right back outside and talk to Sophie again to start Cece's secret. Sophie needs some advice about her sister Cece. She's noticed that Cece has been sneaking off alone in the middle of the night. She doesn't think that it's anything sinister, but with the mayoral election coming, she doesn't want any surprises, ruining her chances. So, Sophie wants us to tail Cece, figure out where she's going, what she's up to, and report back. She's already tried herself, but she got caught, so it's up to us. So let's help a sister out. First, we need to find a place to sit and pass the time until night. Once it's dark, head back near the boutique. Stay hidden and keep an eye on the place for any activity. Climbing up here and crouching on the silo gives us a perfect view. Around 10 p.m., game time, Cece leaves the boutique. Let's see where she goes. Just kidding. She's coming right here, so just stay put for a minute. Now, once you see that she's getting close to the door, let's quietly and slowly sneak into that window. And it does feel like it takes her forever, but eventually she does enter the silo. And when she does, we get the cutscene revealing her dirty little secret. Carrots. Veggies. That's her guilty pleasure. Turns out she's been sneaking out at night to eat Hateno veggies because they're so delicious and filling that other veggies shouldn't even count. And despite her flashy public persona, she secretly enjoys the plain and simple, but no one can ever know because reasons. And once she's done, she hurries back before anyone notices she was gone. By the time we crawl out, it should be morning, and Sophie should be stepping out of the boutique. Head over and let her know what we found. Sophie is relieved that her sister isn't up to anything shady, just eating healthy in secret. She even repeats back most of what we just saw, as most NPCs do. And as a thank you, she rewards us with a iron shrooms times 10. Put those in your pocket, and now we can head straight over to Reede and Clavia's home to start Reed's secret. Next up, we need to find Clavia, Reed's wife. During the day, she's usually wandering around town, but if you use the campfire right outside their home and make it night, you'll find her inside. When you find Clavia, talk to her. She's got some tea to spill about her husband. She's suspicious because he locks himself inside the shed every night, and when she asks about it, he says it's a secret. She can't get a single peep out of him. And with the election coming up, she's worried about any surprises ruining his chances. So she wants us to sneak into the shed during midday, when Reede definitely will not be in there. She says that the door is locked, but that we can dig a hole or something to figure out how to get in there. I got a better idea. Let's head back outside and use the campfire to make it noon. Then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna head to the west well. Jump right in. When you land in the safety water, look for 2 openings next to each other. Take the right one. That's the one with the bright bloom seeds. And follow the path. On the way, you'll pass 1, 2, and 3 choo-choos. Then you should see an ore deposit. This should be right under the shed. So let's ascend from here. Once inside, check out Reed's journal and boom, his secret is revealed. Turns out he's been working with Knack, the best farmer around this area, to develop a brand new type of pumpkin that will resonate with the youth of the village. His goal? To create a pumpkin with the color, shape, and look of Cece's brand. Since that's, what the kids are into these days. But there's been a snag, so it might take a while before these pumpkins are ready to ship out. And now that we know the truth, let's go report back to Clavia. Exit through the allegedly locked door, but before heading in, use the campfire to make it night so Clavia will be home. Go inside and tell her what we found. She's relieved that Reede isn't up to anything bad, just being stubborn as usual. Keeping her promise, she rewards us with 10 Hylian tomatoes. Put those in your pocket, and now let's head over to Reede, who's conveniently right in the other room. So it turns out that Reede still has a few tricks up his sleeve in the race against Cece. One of his plans isn't quite coming together in time, so he's shifting focus to a backup plan. One that could bring back a long-lost taste that no one's experienced in years. He explains that way back in the day, his grandfather worked with a local farmer to create a special kind of food. It was ahead of its time, so it never made it past the first trial run. But Reede never forgot it. Well, he forgot who his grandfather worked with, but he hasn't forgotten the gooey mouthfeel of the single bite his grandfather shared with him. And now he's got a vision to make this forgotten dish a signature staple of the village. If he can pull that off, he might just have something to rival Cece in the election. So before we can finish this one, we must move on to the next quest, a letter for Koyin. So head up the hill to the Hateno pasture. When you're there, head over to the dock near the pond. There you'll find Koyin, a farmer from Hateno village, freaking out because she dropped a message bottle in the pond. The letter inside is from her great-grandfather, and she says that it has the advice that she needs to get her farm back on its feet. Problem is, Koyin's not much of a swimmer, so it's up to us to fish it out. You can see the bottle floating out in the pond. Now, instead of overcomplicating things, let's keep it simple. Look over by those trees back here. There's already a fallen log there. Pick it up and carry it back to the dock. Walk past the dock to the side of the pond. Here's the trick. Hold the log so that it touches the water and wade out until the water's just below Link's shoulders. Any deeper and you might lose your log. Push the log out by using up on the D-pad until it reaches the bottle. Attach the bottle to the log. Now, use recall to bring the log and the bottle back to you. Once it's close, cancel the recall and drop the bottle near Koyin. Before handing it over, though, sneak a peek. Turns out this letter has a cheese-making recipe. Talk to Koyin, and she's ecstatic. She reads the letter, gets hyped, and decides that cheese is going to be her farm's new signature product. She rushes off to get started and tells you to drop by her house for a thank you. Go to her house, the door's around the front, and head inside and talk to her. She's so excited, she rewards you with Hateno cheese. Put that stinky, springy goodness in your pocket and get ready to be excited. Because if you don't have 20 rupees to buy more cheese, she's willing to trade cheese for fresh milk. And that's a good deal. Better yet, if you completed the Dance Prize Cows side quest, linked below, you can trade Dance 3 acorns for some fresh milk. Now, isn't that convenient? Farming at a farm? That's ridiculous. Now that that's taken care of, let's head back to Mayor Reede. Step inside and right away he catches a whiff of that unmistakable pungent aroma, that ooey gooey spongy cheese. He's thrilled. He's convinced that this seals the deal for his election victory. Of course, he pays us for the cheese with a 100 rupees. Stuff that in your pocket. He also lets you know that the cheese will now be available in the general store and from merchants. Plus, you can trade the milk for cheese and acorns for milk, so keep that in mind. And with that settled, he extends an official invitation to the election event. Now, once you've completed all of these quests, the Team Cece or Team Reede, Cece Secret, Reede Secret, and a new signature food, the Mayoral Election will automatically activate. So, let's go get this done and over with. Let's head over to Sophie outside the Ventest clothing boutique. When you talk to her, she lets you know that everything's ready and everyone is gathering in the plaza for the big event. And once the two candidates introduce themselves, Sophie gives them a chance to say a few words. And immediately, it turns into an argument. That's when Sophie completely loses her mind and yells at both of them, and suddenly everyone's business is out on blast. Sophie exposes Cece's secret. She's been sneaking off to eat Hateno veggies at night. Then Clavia jumps in, airing out Reed's dirty laundry, and tells everyone that he's been secretly studying Cece's designs in the shed, thinking that there's something that can get the youth interested in vegetable farming. Seriously, these two are so shady about vegetables. But this is the wake-up call that they both needed. They finally realize how ridiculous they've both been acting, apologize to everyone, and agree that the best way to keep Hateno Village vibrant is to combine traditional culture with new ideas. And with the election over, Cece invites you to the Ventus clothing for a proper reward. Inside, she immediately calls you out for being a double agent, being in cahoots with Sophie and Clavia behind the scenes, but hey, she still considers the election a success. Then she reminds you of what she told you when you first arrived and rewards you with something only one person in all of Hyrule is worthy of wearing. The Cece hat. Now slap that on your head and go show the world. And don't forget to pat yourself on the head for a job well done. Pat, pat. And even though I make all this look easy, if you ever need extra help, whether it's for any of these quests or any other video, feel free to reach out. You can contact me on here, Instagram, or on Discord. I'd be happy to walk you through it. And that's all she wrote. If this walkthrough helped you out, give that like button a little tap, hit subscribe for more gaming goodness, and spread the word to your fellow adventurers. Got any questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. I am all ears. Until next time, this is KKJinxx, over and out.